Alright, round 4, play first. This hand's mediocre, but we'll keep it. Have to draw like a Serum Visions here. Or Tron. And it looks like classical Tron, not Eldrazi Tron. Yeah. Hopefully we can spell snare a Sylvan Scrying. Potentially next turn we can Kolaghan's Command away something. And I mean, this is assuming we draw a 4th land. This is a an 8/8. They have to deal with that relatively quickly. Fatal Push is just awful. Ancient Stirrings, of course. Reveal Map. If they play Map, we can Kolaghan's Command it. Yep. And that's probably what we just do. Ooh, Grixis Shores. Alright. Question is whether making them discard one of the 6 cards they have in their hand is better than just shocking them. If we shock them, that puts... allows us to potentially do... it would be like 2 hits with the Platinum Empyrean plus flashback Kolaghan's Command. If they've got 6 cards in hand, I don't know. Don't know how we're necessarily beating that. Yeah. Just that they've got so many cards in hand, getting something relevant seems unlikely at this point. I guess it would maybe give me a bit of information about what they have in hand, but mine. Oh, they're gonna. Okay, I thought they were gonna collect a Brutality us, which they still might do. Turn black mana into black mana. Yep. The green-black version is interesting. Blooming Marsh, I guess, is worse than, was it Grove of the Burn Willows, but not by a ton. Yeah, we'll just play the Watery Grave tapped. Can spell snare something. Do get another land. They're still off of Tron, that's good. Oblivion Stone. It's not the biggest deal. We can Snapcaster Kolaghan's Command that. And there's Logic Knot. I think we want... Yeah, at this point I think I just want to fire off the Snapcaster. That way later on we can hold up Spell Snare, Logic Knot, put at least technically a little bit of pressure on them. Makes me wish I had used the discard mode the first time, making them discard 1 out of 3 cards, but 1 out of 4. But World Breaker. Okay. Sanctum. Another stone. Whatever. Right. Definitely attack. Serum Visions. Okay. Okay. Don't think we're into the Inquisition anymore. I do like the Snapcaster. Don't think we're going to hit anything with the Collective Brutality. I guess we'll just hold it. Slow and steady. Yeah, I'm okay playing this. Two, three. We're getting close to World Breakering. We can counter it. Definitely spell snare that. Yep. So we can Madcap Experiment this turn, force them to spend their next turn Oblivion Stoning, and then Madcap Experiment again. Get to hold up Logic Knot the whole time. 3, 4, 5. They'd had 2 mana left, assuming they don't hit Tron this turn. Seems good to me. Like they can't activate Oblivion Stone on my turn is pretty important. The Logic Knot for 5. Yep. I think we just Madcap Experiment again. Still get, and I get Logic Knot for 7 available. So somewhat showing a reason to have potentially cast Collective Brutality before. Yay, we did it. Okay. Generally, against Classic Tron, even though Platinum Empyrean did win us the game, I mean, they've got Oblivion Stone, Karns. Ugin doesn't really answer it, but Fulminator Mage, obviously, Thoughtseize, the Ancestral Visions. We just kind of go into a more classical control deck. Can also bring in the Jaces. Fatal Pushes are come right on out. Counter Squall comes in. Could add like whatever. That's not great. Shadow of Doubt's pretty good here. I guess Terminate and Dreadbore are not the bestest. Inquisition, I guess. We could probably cut an Inquisition on the draw. And then have an extra answer to something as needed. Sure. This is still not a good matchup, but alright. I think we keep this. Hopefully Spell Snare. Yeah, Spell Snare could have been taken out, but play that this turn. Hopefully they Sylvan Scrying here. No. Exactly. Okay, they do that. I'm just going to fire off the bolt here. Shock myself, whatever. Both at 17. Seems like a fair game. A little awkward, we have to hold up Shadow of Doubt instead of casting Ancestral Vision. Or suspending Ancestral Vision, but... Oh, they just have it naturally. Okay. We can't win. Worm Coil? Sure. At this point, it doesn't really matter. Might as well. Makes sense that they had this naturally, since they didn't play anything on turn 1 and turn 2 was just an expedition map. It's not surprising. Shadow of Doubt does not stop Ancient Stirrings. Karn, okay, yeah, sure. We're done here. Much better on the play. Like Inquisition, over Terminate, actually over Spell Snare. Spell Snare is just too narrow, right? I guess you could hit like a Warping Whale or some weird stuff. They might actually bring in Warping Whale against us. Try and counter the old Madcap experiment, but I don't really care about that so much. Sure. Okay, we'll keep this. Mulligans and scry to the bottom. Alright, I think we just get a Watery Grave and Thoughtseize. See what they're working with. They scryed to the bottom. I'm pretty sure we just go ahead and take the Ancient Stirrings. Try to cut them off of land as much as possible. Yeah, just take the Ancient Stirrings. Brutalities don't really mean anything. It's either like, yeah, Stirrings gets them the second land, and then Scrying gets them whatever land they want to get after that. So our hand's pretty bad. Good news for us. Alright, they got Power Plant. Oh, they drew literally every time, whatever you thought sees, this is immediately put on top of their deck. Alright, I'm going to get a Steam Vents and Serum Visions here. Actually, do we... I'm okay letting them cast Sylvan Scrying. I just want to hit my land drops and get my Fulminator on. Don't want that. I can't say no to a Fulminator, even though they're going to be a little bit behind schedule. It's fine, because they're also behind schedule. We're just going to Brutality us. Yep. So presumably they take the counter squall. Scrying. You got a second power plant? It's so weird. We get a land there. That's fun. I'm just gonna Fulminator their, since they got a second power plant, whatever, I'm just gonna Fulminator their colored source. No stone. They can't activate O-Stone next turn. I'm just going to put the next Fulminator in play and start beating down with it. Oh, wait. Yeah, it was. I think I probably actually should have Kolaghan's commanded there, but they did not draw a colored source to play Collective Brutality, so. And I'm okay just passing the turn. Probably instep Kolaghan's command, bust that. Do that, leave up Snapcaster, Counter Squall. So we beat down. I think it's safe enough to go ahead and play the Jace here. We get to flip it immediately. A little more pressure on our opponent. Don't know what all can go super wrong at this point. Nope, nope, nope. They just go ahead and concede. I'm assuming they just misclicked when they got the second power plant, which freed us up a lot to go after their colored source and whatnot, but these things happen.